Hi, Tom from Scenic 7 Cricks Roadside Spring, 939 7 Cricks Road, Island Creek Township, Ohio, 43952. Okay, the earlier YouTube video right here, I converted this Epiphone 12-string into an 8-string baritone. Okay, now I'd like to explain a little bit why I did that. Number one is a baritone is a longer neck, and it has the frets up here are spaced farther apart. Being a Vietnam Navy veteran, okay, a little bit, not only is the guitars vintage, I'm vintage also, and these short stubbies, they don't do well on a C chord, and especially when it's further apart. So I have trouble doing a C chord on these guitars. I can't do it on a baritone. Number two is baritones. I only use vintage guitars, okay? And a vintage baritone is hard to come by and very expensive. I feel that the vintage guitars, I don't know if they sound better, but they help me compose songs, more songs, unique songs. For whatever reason, if it's a guitar spirit, I have no idea, but that's been my experience. All right, so again, the 12 string has 12 strings. When you put the 8 strings on it, now you're down to 8. And the force in this neck, you couldn't, if I went to a 6 string and say, well, I'm just going to convert a 6 string over to baritone, one of the problems is the neck's made for 6 strings. And these are, even though these are thicker strings, this is a 70 mil string here, and they put more forces on it, and you probably have bridge problems and maybe neck problems. But since you're using a 12 string, and 4 of the strings now I'm not using, and so I'm only using 8 of the spots, I move them back up there. Now the force, this is a thicker string which has more force in it, but it's tuned to B versus E. So the neck force on this 12 string is, without doing a calculation, just going through and looking 8 versus 12 and the B, it's probably about the same or less than the force of the 12 string. And I have noticed any bridge lift or any, they stays in tune. If it was overloaded, it'll be going out of tune. It doesn't do that. So that's the advantages of the 12 string. What I would like to talk about is if you're going to do a baritone, or let's convert a baritone, you need a capo. The capo allows me to now, versus doing an E, I can go and sing in different notes, lower notes. Now, I tried to use my capo with my Takamine. You can't use it because you have to put it so close to the bridge, otherwise you have string buzz. And when you put it close to the bridge, you can't get your finger around to play the chords. So I never did use it. But when I got this one, I tried it out, and you can see how now you can space it here. Now listen, no spring buzz. Now, once you put this capo on, you have to retune this with the capo on. What's nice about, though, even though you move it up to different frets, it doesn't change the tuning much, especially the 4th and the 6th string. You don't have to retune those. But see, there's no string buzz there. Let's do an E. Sounds pretty good. Now let's move this up. This is a shub. Let's move right here. I'm going to put it, you may have to play with this, moving around a little bit. But I'm going to put it right here. Turn it like this so I can get my finger around here. Let's see if it's got any string buzz. Nope, no string buzz, see? See, it sounds real good. So if you're going to use a baritone guitar, it's like peas and carrots. You need a good capo to go with it. It allows you to sing at the lower notes, in which it's really helped me. Some of the songs that I wrote, they were too high for me to really sing, and this allowed me to actually sing them. So again, hope you like this video. This is Tom from Scenic 7 Cricks Roadside Spring on why I converted this 12 string into an 8 string baritone.